everyone, and welcome. Just think for a second about how much of your life is actually online. I mean, everything, right? Your bank, your job, all your photos, even your private chats. So today, we're going to build a complete guide to locking all of that down. And this isn't just about antivirus software. No, we're talking about a holistic plan, something that protects your data, your identity, and, yeah, even your physical health. So let me ask you straight up, how secure is your digital life, really? I mean, think about it. We lock our front doors, right? We have alarms for our houses. But what about our online world? That place where we do our banking, our work, where we connect with everyone? A lot of the time, those doors are just wide open. It's definitely time we change that. Okay, so here's our game plan. It's broken down into 4 key parts. First, we're going to cover protecting access. Then we'll get into recognizing threats. After that, we'll build the active defense plan. And to wrap it all up, we'll look at the bigger picture with well-being and environment. All right, let's dive in. All right, Section 1, protecting access. Let's start with the absolute basics, the foundation of it all. We're talking about building your digital fortress, securing the gates to your online world. This is all about making sure you control who gets in and who stays out. Okay, so your password, that's the main key to your entire digital fortress. And the rules for making a strong one are actually pretty simple, but there's a good reason for every single one. That mix of length and weird characters, that makes it way harder for some computer program to just guess it. And avoiding personal stuff, like your dog's name, that stops people from using what they know about you to get in. And the last one, the maintenance, this is huge. Changing it regularly and never, ever reusing it means that if one website gets hacked, it doesn't give them the keys to your entire kingdom. So, if a password is the key to one room, a firewall is like the main gatekeeper for your whole castle. Seriously, think of it as the big wall and the moat around your entire network. It's constantly checking everything that tries to come in or go out, and if it sees something suspicious, it just blocks it. It's that critical shield standing between your personal network and the wild west of the open internet. Okay, so we've locked the gates. That's a great first step. But now we've got to understand what we're actually up against, right? Because you can't build a good defense if you don't know the enemy. This table here breaks down the 3 big players in the malware world, and it's super helpful. First up, the virus. Think of it like a parasite. It has to latch on to a clean program to get around. Then you have the worm. This one's a bit more independent. It can actually copy itself and travel across networks all by itself, usually by finding a little security hole to wiggle through. And finally, the Trojan. Just like the Trojan horse story, it pretends to be something useful or fun to trick you into downloading it and letting it right inside your walls. And believe me, the list goes on. You've got spyware, which is exactly what it sounds like. It secretly watches everything you do and phones home with your info. Then there's adware, the super annoying one that just floods your screen with ads. And maybe the scariest is a backdoor. This thing creates a secret entrance so an attacker can sneak back into your system later, totally bypassing all your defenses. It's a crowded field out there. All right, so now we know the threats. It's time to get proactive. This next part is all about action, the habits and the tools you need to stay one step ahead of the bad guys. Okay, listen up, because this is probably one of the most important things we'll talk about today. You know that little update available notification you get? Do not ignore it. Seriously, those updates are not just for cool new features. They are essential security patches. Developers find these little cracks in the armor, and hackers are always looking for those same cracks. Updating seals them up. It is genuinely one of the easiest and most powerful things you can do to protect yourself. Sometimes the biggest threat isn't some shadowy hacker. Sometimes it's just plain old bad luck. Your hard drive just decides to die. Your laptop gets stolen, a power surge fries everything, or, and we've all been there, you accidentally delete that one critical file. In any of those cases, all your stuff, your photos, your important documents, it could all be gone. Just poof. Forever. So, what's the solution? Well, the only real defense against that kind of disaster is a backup. Think of it as an insurance policy for your data. That's all it is. It's a separate, safe copy of all your important stuff. Doesn't matter if it's on a hard drive you keep in a drawer or up in the cloud. Having a recent backup means that no matter what disaster strikes, you can get your digital life back. And last but not least, for our active defense plan, you need a guard on duty 24/7. And that's exactly what your antivirus software is. It's constantly scanning everything, your files, your emails, the websites you visit, and it spots and stops threats in real time before they can cause any trouble. And the great news is most modern operating systems like Windows with its built-in Defender already give you a really solid level of protection right from the start. Okay, for our last section, we're going to zoom out a bit. We've talked a lot about the technology, but now let's focus on the human who's actually using it, you. Because real digital safety isn't just about protecting your data. It's about your own well-being, your physical health, your impact on the environment, and making sure tech is a good thing for everybody. I mean, let's be real. If you spend hours and hours in front of a computer, your body definitely feels it. So here are 4 super simple tips to help with that. Try to position your screen so you're looking down just a little bit. Keep your keyboard and mouse in easy reach so you're not straining. Make sure your chair actually supports your back and your feet can rest flat. And honestly, this is the most important one. Just get up and stretch every half hour or so. Your future self will thank you for it, trust me. You know, all of our digital habits, they have a real-world footprint, an environmental one. That's what green IT is all about, just trying to minimize that impact. And it's the little things, turning off your computer when you're done, using those power-saving settings. It all adds up to save a ton of energy. And this one is so important. Please recycle your old electronics properly. Don't just toss them in the trash. They have some nasty stuff in them and are a huge part of the global e-waste problem if they're not handled right. And speaking of well-being, a huge part of that is making sure technology is for everyone. It's amazing what's built into our computers these days. Accessibility tools like screen readers, magnifiers, on-screen keyboards, they're all designed to make sure that people with different physical abilities can use technology just as effectively as anyone else. It's all about inclusivity. So, we've covered a lot of ground. What's the one big takeaway here? What's the most important thing to remember? It's this. Digital security is not a set it and forget it kind of deal. It's a habit. It's a series of small, smart choices that you make every single day. It's about staying aware and staying on top of things. And that brings me to my final question for you. After listening to all of this, from making better passwords to just remembering to stand up and stretch, what is the one new habit that you're going to start today to make your digital life just a little bit safer and a little bit healthier?
Congratulations on completing the module. Continue learning with Salyvan Academy.